The Nigerian fisheries sector is an important sector from both an economic and social standpoint. 2009. The supply of fish to the Nigerian market is made by both domestic and imported sources. The total supply of fish in the country is approximately 1.5 million metric tons, wholesale value of approximately $1 billion. The domestic supply consists of wild captured and farmed fish. In 2010, the domestic supply was approximately 851,420 metric tons. This aggregated into 619,375 metric tons of captured fish, 535 metric tons of farm fish, and 31,510 tons from industrial trawling. Although domestic supply is currently dominated by wild captured fish, pollution and unsustainable fishing practices are gradually eroding the dominance of this channel. Conversely, the supply of farm fish is gradually increasing from 20% of domestic fish supply in 2009 to 24% in 2023. The imported supply consists of frozen fish and smoked fish. Approximately 648,580 metric tons of fish in frozen and smoked form is imported into the country, while actual consumption is about 1.5 million tons per year. The hypothetical national demand for these is currently estimated at 2.7 million metric tons. Real consumption is expected to grow due to the rising awareness of the health benefits of consuming. Steady population growth and rising incomes domestically. Fish reaches the end market consumer in an iced, smoked, or fresh state. The fresh fish channel is primarily comprised of domestic, wild captured, and farmed fish. The smoked fish channel is comprised of either imported smoked fish or domestic, wild captured, and farmed fish processed by smokers. This documentary will focus on the domestic smoked fish segment of the sector, which is dominated by wild captured fish, presenting at 5% of supply. As such, the brief will primarily focus on the wild captured smoked fish value. Now, let's look at the Niger Delta smoked fish. Smoked fish is fresh fish which is processed by smoke drying. Smoking is developed in the Niger Delta for primarily two reasons. Firstly, in the absence of widespread cold chain storage, smoking is a dominant form in which fresh fish is preserved. Smoking fish is a means of product differentiation. Key participants in the sector include fishermen, smokers, distributors, and marketers. In terms of employment, it is estimated that there are about 16,430 fish smokers comprised of rural and urban fish smokers. In rural areas, fish smokers numbering approximately 13,080 are dependent almost wholly on wild captured fish for supply. However, urban areas fish smokers numbering approximately 3,360 sectors supplying from both pond fish and wild captured fish. The vast majority of smokers, 99%, are women. Conservative estimate number wholesalers and retailers of smoked fish. Product at 18,000 of which are women. In addition, 5% of the fish used for smoking is captured in the wild by approximately 281,000 fish. Domestic supply of smoked fish in Niger Delta is estimated at 324,671,000 metric tons of fish worth approximately 395 billion naira. This figure can be disaggregated: 10,427 metric tons of the smoked pond farm fish worth 4.171 million naira, 314.189 metric tons of smoked fish captured worth 392.74 billion naira. The hypothetical demand for smoked fish in Niger Delta is projected at 376,200 metric tons. This demand is driven by consumers in the three primary markets for smoked fish: household, informal catering institutions, and export markets. Now, let's look at where do we focus and why. In the Niger Delta, smoking activities are concentrated in fishing settlements that depend on wild captured fish and around fish ponds. Rural fishing settlements where smokers live and work together are termed community clusters. In urban areas, smokers operate in non-communal clusters. Non-communal clusters are locations where smoking equipment Usually, drum technology is concentrated for use by smokers. Cutters can be work side for anywhere between 15 to 40 who typically own the drums which they use to smoke fish. In the Niger Delta, rural community smoking clusters of particular relevance in terms of size are located in Ibaka, Akwa Ibom State. Other similarly sized fishing ports of Brass, Mbekiri, Buni, and Okwani. While large open non-communal smoking clusters include Erekewa, Wari, and Iyonzo, and Obiakbo clusters for targets. The table below are locations where fish smoking is prevalent, the technologies deployed, and the modalities. Three main end market segments in smoke fish value chain. Household consumers in Niger Delta. The market segment has a population of 1,224, 575,000 household consumers typically purchase dry fish products for use in traditional foods. The informal catering segment has an estimated 16,700 participants who utilize the dried fish products for food to be sold to the consumer public. Regional export segment. This segment comprises of those who live outside the region who consume the region's smoked fish, which is aggregated in Aba State and Onitsha, Anambra State market before distribution to various cities in Nigeria. The current supply of smoked fish into the above named market is approximately 333,441 metric tons, whilst the estimated hypothetical demand is projected to be 376,200 metric tons. At this time, demand power and market segment cannot be calculated. Potential growth in this end market is being driven by longer shelf life and consumer preferences towards fish products as a healthier source of protein. In the small fish market, the demand spiked during the festive season in terms of supply peak during the dry season, November to March, and dips during the rainy season, March to October. As such, the price of smoked fish is seasonal, dipping when supply is high and rebounding when supply is low. Let's look at the sector competitiveness. The price of smoked fish is differentiated by source. As illustrated, you as illustration, smoked white capture fish is the most expensive because supply constraints preference for taste, while the cheapest is smoked pond fish. Imported smoked fish is a relatively new product on the market. Imported pre-filleted and smoked fish is sourced from Thailand, Mali, and Republic. Within Nigeria, smoked fish from the Niger Delta is domestically competitive in terms of quality, especially when compared with smoked fish from the northern inland waters, which are often not gutted or well cleaned. In addition, competitiveness of sector in Niger Delta is impacted by the availability of pond fish and wild captured fish. Limited availability has limited the region's supply of both smoked farmed and captured fish. As a result, imported smoked fish, despite being more expensive, is going to gain a foothold in the local market. However, relative new emergence of this new market segment entails that levels of importation have not yet been qualified. Now, let's look at the value chain. The sector is comprised of pond farmers and fisher folk who supply fresh fish to smokers for processing. Smoked fish is then sold to wholesalers and retailers who in turn sell it on to the end consumers. Fish farmers or products number 12,066 in Niger that disaggregated into 2,413 female fish farmers, 9,665 male fish farmers across the Delta. Farm exists as individual holdings expecting Riago and Asaba Delta State where they are clustered. Pond farmers typically sort and grade fish before sale, smallest and poorest quality fish going into the smoking market. As such, pond farmers typically only sell outgraded fish of 0.5 kg unless to smokers for 350 to 400 kg. While this fish weighing between 1 to 1.5 kg is sold to distributors at about 1,500 kg, is sold to distributors at 1,500 to 2,000 naira. Fish above 1.5 kgs to caterers and hotels and institutions sold about 3,000 naira. Approximately 241,172 feature falls in Niger Delta disaggregated into 150,789, that is 63% males, 90% and 90,365, 7% females. While the men are engaged in finish fishing, women are primarily engaged in shell. The productivity of feature fall is differentiated by the location and socio-economic status. Fishermen who are based in areas with electricity are able to make eyes from their own household deep freezing units, allowing them to engage in 2 to 3 day long fishing trip. However, fishermen from areas without electricity to make eyes are constrained to date strip not exceeding 24 hours. In addition, only some few only some few fishermen own their boats, most common ownership structure being that of joint ownership. A major challenge facing fisher folk is post-harvest losses. Harvest losses occur from the time of harvest up till the time of processing. At peak harvest period, lack of onboard refrigeration can lead to the loss of as much as 15% of their harvest volume before sales. In a typical fishing village, the estimated value of loss for fisher folk can be as much as 10.36 billion naira. In addition, smokers make losses after purchase of if they are unable to handle the quantity of landed fish in time to prevent spoilage, or when smoking is not done properly. The estimated loss of onshore is as high as 220% of catch purchase. During the peak harvest season, the estimated value of loss of community smokers is as much as 19.095 billion naira. Now, let's look at the fish smokers in Niger Delta. In the Niger Delta region, there are approximately 16,440 smokers, of which are 99% women. Fish smokers kill goats and prepare the fish prior to smoking, as well as tend to the fish and firewood during the smoking process. Traditionally, smokers work in community clusters on the smoking platform or altars. However, in urban areas, smoking is now even done at the home with drum technology. Smokers can be differentiated into smoke. Fish smokers can be differentiated into smoking mummies and small-scale smokers. Smoking mummies control the sale of fish from specific boats, thereby securing a steady supply of fresh fish, which they then go into smoke. Smoking mummies are often employers hiring women to prepare the smoked fish. Small-scale smokers are relegated to thereby smoking manners access fresh fish that do not have capacity to smoke or directly from fish folk at beach market. The smoking technologies deployed differ by geographic location and the financial capability of the fish smoker. For example, the smoking platform is usually deployed in poorer rural riverine communities, and drum technology is typically deployed in urban areas. There are primarily two methods of smoking, traditional and modern, and each method there are different technologies which can be used. Now, let's look at the traditional method of smoking fish. Smoking platform or altars are typically utilized in rural fishing settlements. The smoking platform of altars is constructed from wood which the fish strum up along the platform and firelight beneath. The platform are household and smoking huts, which are in essence starved huts used for the purpose of smoking. Fish is smoked dry for 3 days to attain the required level of reduced moisture content. Platform smoking capacity is 500 kg per hot over a 3 day. Challenges with smoking platforms include that they are household in high combustion thatched huts, which in some cases are clusters together rooftop to rooftop. Fire outbreaks are common in the two main fishing villages of Mbikiri and Ibaka. There are 2 to 3 in incidences every year as a result of smoking activities leading to loss of life and property. In addition, in order to ensure that the fish are adequately smoked, fish smokers often sleep in the huts. running the risk of smoke poisoning, fire burns, and long-term respiratory problems. In addition, smoking platforms require a large amount of firewood, leading deforestation around fishing villages. Now, let's look at drum smoking technology. Smoking drones are usually deployed in open areas and are considered a safer option and a technological upgrade in comparison to the smoking platform. Smoking platform are metal containers in which wood is placed. Each are then placed on a metal rack which lies across the top of the container. The fish take approximately 2 to 3 days to smoke to the required level of reduced moisture content. The smoking capacity of the drum is approximately 15 kg to 20 kg per drum, depending depending on the fish size. Smoking drums are considered a technological upgrade from the smoking platform because they use less firewood and have a reduced negative health impact, particularly on eyes, the skin, and the respiratory system. Now, let's look at the improved modern technology. There are several types of improved smoking kilns in Nigerian market. However, the main types are the Aqua oven and the National Institute of Marine Research smoking kiln. Now, let's talk about the charcoal oven. Oven is a traditional oven made of red earth or bead. Has a feed smoking capacity of up to 300 kg of fish at a time. During the smoking process, fish are stacked on several trays ro- which are rotated during the 5 hour smoking period to avoid burning the fish. Cocoa ovens are typically constructed by community people. However, deployment in the Niger Delta is not common because of the lack of red earth and big. In addition, when the choco oven has been deployed, it has been deployed within the context of a donor-funded program as opposed to the oven being brought to the market through the commercialization efforts of a local manufacturer or a local service provider. Now, let's look at the improved mechanical smoking kiln. The improved mechanical smoking kilns, such as those manufactured by National Institute of Marine Research, are constructed from the metal and have different capacities. The size of the kiln ranges from a 25 kg smoking capacity to 250 kg smoking capacity, with their corresponding price differences. The kiln is perceived as most efficient smoking kiln because the smoking process does not require the smoker's oversight. Once the fish is inserted, thermoregulated kiln ensure that the fish is eventually smoked to the reduced moisture content required for a long shelf life. The smoking kiln reduces smoke drying prior to 3 to 4 hours per batch and more evenly smoke the product. In addition, the kiln smoked fish have a longer shelf life. The primary difference between the choco and newer ovens are illustrated. The profitability analysis demonstrated that a woman smoking 3 loads of 250 kg per day compared to the smoker who is smoking 500 kg 3 days earns significantly more money over the 3 days period while having a lower outlay of cash per day. Even more important is that when a return on investment is carried out, although the initial cost of an improved smoking machine is higher than a drum or smoking altar, fruit smoking machine can pay for itself in as little as 25 days if used an investment which is managed by one individual and then rented out to small smokers on a daily basis. Considering that there are about 100 smoking days in a year, this means that it can pay for itself quickly and still turn good profit for the year. When viewing profitability from the perspective of the small scale smoker who has limited financial capacity to purchase food for smoking, it is most important to analyze it from the perspective of return to labor. This entails calculating how much money the smoker can make from a day of given that a major constraint for the smoking women is their financial capacity and cash flow to buy fish for smoking. The improved smoking technology smokes fish 3 times faster, yeah, 3 times faster, which allows the women to turn their limited inventory more quickly. All other elements remaining constant, this can increase their return to a day of labor threefold. Along the same line, the comparative analysis of using another traditional smoking technology, drum smoking technology, using more modern smoking kiln technology. Each will address the narrative on the traditional smoking alter vis-a-vis the modern smoking kiln remains the same for drum versus modern kiln smoking technologies. Relatively, minor difference lying in the location of kiln deployment and equipment capacity, while the 250 kg kiln is to be deployed in the rural communities with large clusters of smokers. 25 kg kiln or 50 kg kiln will be deployed in the urban region in lieu of the traditional drum smoking technology presently in the use. Preventing the urban areas are the point fish smokers. Modern kiln capacity is 25 kg and the drum capacity 20 kg. Smoking the same amount of fish, the smoking duration using the modern technology is half the time for the drum technology. The return on labor per day is higher with the modern kiln technology at 680 as against 200 as again as against 2,920,000 naira. Using the drum smoking technology, fuel usage in lesser in the case of modern kiln at 22 kg as against 50 kg. Drum technology at full equipment capacity, smoking the same quantity of fish. The kiln technology at less than half capacity loading has 55 kg for cost compared against the drum technology. Let's talk about wholesale and retailers of catfish. Conservable estimate place a number of wholesalers and retailers at 18,000, of which 98% are women. Wholesalers often act as aggregators for smoked fish, assembling, assembling and transporting smoked fish products to markets. For example, Creek Roads Market, Port Harcourt, Ogbe, Ijaw Market, Warri, Yenagoa, and Aba Market. Retailers sell product directly to consumers at urban markets. Retailers who sell smoked also often smoke the fish themselves. In contrast, the capture fish almost exclusively smoked